Welcome back to Rocket Radio. This is the Pokemon Podcast. I'm Zack Toshi, and I'm joined by...
by beat, verbatim.
That was really good, too. That was really good.
That's the kind of energy we're on today, boys.
Well, I guess that was a good setup because honestly, this entire podcast is a rip. If anybody has ever watched Ludwig's podcast, The Yard, where they ranked every type of dude, you might recognize this tier list with based, net positive, harmless, kind of cringe, whack playlist, jail, death penalty. Yeah, I kind of shamelessly stole that and decided, hey, we're gonna rank every type of Pokemon fan here today because we rant a lot about Pokemon fans. So we're gonna decide who are the most base Pokemon fans and who are the most cringe Pokemon fans. So to go over a little bit of the terminology here. So based, this guy's the homie. Like, you're hanging out with him. You see no downside to this person. Net positive, they maybe got like something you disagree with, but overall, you'd say they're doing more good than harm to the community. Harmless, I mean, it's self-explanatory. Kind of cringe is like, I don't know, like you're maybe not the tightest with this person. Maybe you invite them to the party, but you know, you're a little scared that they could ruin the vibe. Like, it could go one way, it could go another. You're like, I don't know. Like, I'll invite Dalton to the function, but like, he might crash out. You never know. He might do something. Whack playlist is like, you just don't want to associate with this person. Like, you're like, I don't mind that they exist, but I just don't want to interact with them. Jail, self-explanatory. Death penalty, self-explanatory. So
there's gonna be a lot of those.
Chad, just so you guys know, Hybrid and I knew about this topic like 5 minutes before. Like,
I spent weeks crafting this tier list, and I just dropped it on these guys like 5 minutes before going live. So
Jalil's in Japan, Raph couldn't make it, and so I took their place, and John's like, this is perfect.
I was like, we need hybrid. We need hybrid for this one.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna work without you.
Oh man.
So with that being said, Zach will pick a random one to drag up there, and I will give like a little blurb about each one and why it is the way it is.
All right, random, just pick whatever. Or,
you can go bottom.
No, you know what? Start, please,
also,
Zach.
I forgot to mention the twist. We're each gonna have one time, which is you can just decide where you want it to go, and the other two like can't rebuttal basically.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I feel like we're gonna be like very much
gonna
on the
get
same
one.
page.
And if you're like way off for the other two, and you're like, I'm burning my one time. I think that the guy who hates black and white should go in death penalty.
One time for the one time.
I
like how that sounds
for the most part.
That's some dictator energy, bro.
Yo, but just start with the Antipoke Andy. Start with the Antipoke Andy. Just
Antipoke Andy, since Raph's not here. This is Raph.
Where's Antipoke Andy? I don't even see it.
Where is
it's middle, top middle.
Antipoke Andy. All right, Antipoke Andy. All right. What exactly is an Antipoke Andy, John?
Antipoke Andy, this is just kind of like your guy on Twitter who probably like he's posting a clip of like his favorite Diamond and Pearl filler episode, and he's just trying to get engagement off of something like that. He's on his 5th rewatch of AG for some reason, hasn't touched another anime with a stick. Like, just he could talk about so many things that are Pokemon related, but he's strictly talking Pokemon. It's all the time. Like, this might remind you of somebody in your personal life. I don't know who, but where do you guys think that the Antipoke Andy should go?
All right.
If it's just solely Antipoke Andy, it's kind of cringe.
Keep in mind, most of our fan base watches Antipoke.
Kind of cringe.
They're probably Antipoke Andys.
I think a few years ago, Zach was an Antipoke Andy.
I was an Antipoke Andy.
Kind of cringe.
So see, it's because of that like I feel like I'm a bit more empathetic towards Antipoke Andys. I think they're harmless. Like, yeah.
Jalil is in the chat and he's saying jail. Can you believe that?
Yo, get on the pod, bro. Hey, Japan, just hop on audio, bro. It's okay.
Listen, man. Listen. I think they're harmless. Like, yeah, it is kind of cringe, but it's like harmless cringe, you know? Like, they're just sharing their appreciation for what they like. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I think they're harmless, to be honest. I don't think there's Nothing
I don't
too
know,
wrong
man.
with that.
Like you could ride or die so many aspects of the Pokemon franchise, the games, the manga, the spin-offs, whatever. And you're ride or dying the anime? Like that's your shtick?
Buddy, Raph
I'm
is
going-
still an Antipoke Andy. He's one of us, bro. we can't
he
do him
is
like
kinda
that.
Cringe. I love the guy, but he's kind of cringe.
I'm agreeing with Hybrid. This is kind of cringe.
He's kind of. Zach, you were kind of cringe too, bro.
I was? Damn. That's crazy.
Like, what do you want me to say, Doug?
Like, I'm inviting him to the function, right? But like, he might just start talking about like DP 119, and there's nothing I can do about it. You know, like it might kill the vibe. So I'm saying kind of cringe.
Oh, okay, this is like you're taking that one aspect of that person, right? Like you and
Like
Raph
this is
have
their
other
defining
things.
characteristic, basically.
Yeah, this is not yours and Raph's defining characteristic, but there are people on the internet that just solely live and breathe and everything Antipoke, and that's kind of cringe.
It's kind of cringe. It's kind of.
If you think of it in
the dejection. All right, Hybrid, pick one. Pick one.
I picked that one out. That was technically me, so I'll let Zach go again.
All right.
All right, Zach, pick one out. Pick one out.
Can we do Team Sky off rip?
Oh, Team Sky. Okay. Do we have to elaborate on this one? Does everybody know? I think people watching might not know what Team Sky is. Basically, it's like a section of like the M&J TV fan. That's his name, right? M&J TV. It's a section of his fan base. And like he has the Team Sky series.
Mind you, John, this is going in the beginning of the video, or I guess
that is true. That is true. Like people might be watching this. I gotta work my words.
This is going in the very beginning
Right,
of your video.
Actually, let's put it.
Let's move that one down. Let's move that one down. Okay.
Let's do generic Gerald. Let's do generic.
All right,
Gerald.
generic. This is also Raph. Are we just getting Raph out the way? So generic.
No way.
Gerald, this is just. Charizard Charlie is like an alternate nickname for this guy. This is just the guy who has like the most inoffensive Pokemon opinions. Like when he replays a game, his team is Charizard, Regional Bird, Lucario. Like there's no sauce in his life. There's 1,000 Pokemon he can choose from, but he likes all the most basic ones, you know? So I don't know. Like I think by default he can't go in death penalty, but he also can't go in based. He has to be somewhere in the middle.
Listen,
he's harmless.
Listen.
He's harmless.
Is he harmless?
Based off of your definition, John, I low-key identify with generic Gerald.
I think you might be a generic.
So
Gerald.
as the resident
Because
generic
you're
Gerald of this
Charizard,
call,
Greninja. Yeah, you are generic Gerald.
Electivire.
Electivire is so cool, bro. Come on, man.
Is this like a?
Yeah, but like the
is this
generic
like a
Gerald's
thing?
not exactly like ruining the vibe of anything. You
I
know,
think
like,
I think
Yeah.
they're harmless. Maybe I'm just trying to
I'd
save my
say
ass,
harmless.
but I think I'm
Maybe
harmless.
all
And this
Antipoke
encompasses
Andys
a
are
lot
generic
of-
Geralds.
No, they're not.
No. You have to have like a hyper fixation on Antipoke to be an Antipoke Andy.
No, but like you like the generic Pokemon because like you know what I mean.
I mean, okay, like they sort of go hand in hand because like if you like Ash's Pokemon, then like you're probably a generic Gerald.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this is like an evolution of that. Like this focuses more on like the games and stuff.
Generic Gerald.
Did Zack freeze again?
No.
Uh-oh.
Zach, you did freeze.
Your thing is frozen.
Oh no, you're good now.
Oh no, it's unfrozen now. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Maybe he was just being really still and I didn't realize it.
No, it definitely glitched out a little bit, but it's okay. It's all good.
Okay. Anyway, what's our next one gonna be? Hybrid, take a pick.
It's your pick. It's your pick because I went for any
my
Pokemon.
pick. It's my pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go story mode tryhard.
Oh, I love that one.
All right.
This is me.
You didn't even, what even is it though? Hold up.
So story mode tryhard, maybe they're nuzlocking, maybe they're not, but they're gonna replay a Pokemon game at least a few times. And
Oh, never mind.
this person, despite it being like one of the easiest games you'll ever play, this person is probably resetting their game because they got the wrong nature on their starter Pokemon. Or like they're just taking it a little too seriously. They're like, yeah, I started my 15th replay of Fire Red, but like my Bulbasaur was modest, so I had to restart, that kind of thing. So, and they're just going into detail about like, oh, I repel tricked for this Nuzlocke encounter on this route. You're taking it a little too far, Like, I think it's kind of cringe. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I think it's because like you are mostly in your own self-contained bubble. But like, if someone asks like, "Hey, what you been up to this week?" they're gonna go into way too much detail about their run through a platinum.
Yeah. I was gonna go harmless, but I think I'm siding with you now.
I'm leaning towards harmless because, like you said, they are like mostly in their own bubble. Like, you know, it's like very inoffensive. It doesn't really affect anyone else, and like unless you ask them about it, it doesn't really like they don't really do anything to you.
It depends to the degree. If it's like they're gonna like have like a whole discussion and tell you why it's like so important, da 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 da, and all that, and like make it sound like it's a big deal, then it's kind of cringe. But if they're in their own self-contained bubble and just doing their own thing, then it's harmless.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like,
if they make it like it's like
all of these inherently imply that like they're gonna talk to you about it at some point.
Okay.
You know? And I know a few people like this, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm into Pokemon as much as the next guy, maybe even more, but it is kind of cringe.
All right, who?
I think it's kind of cringe.
Drop names.
I'm not gonna just name drop a random friend. You guys gonna be like, "Who's that?"
Oh, I thought it was like a Poketuber.
No, it's not a Poketuber or anything.
Is it Austin?
Oh, it might be Austin.
I can tell, bro.
It's a little cringe. It's a little cringe. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Poor Austin.
Hybrid, where you put it?
I think based off the explanation he gave, it would be kind of cringe.
Kind of cringe. All right, but are they like more cringe than the Antipoke Andy? No.
I think they're less
this
cringe
way,
than the Antipoke Andy.
Yeah.
So top is less cringe.
Okay, top is less cringe.
Yeah,
oh,
top's
okay,
less
yeah.
cringe.
Okay, got it.
Because like the further down we go, the more cringe it gets.
All right.
Okay.
So far, we started in the middle, so pretty tame so far.
Yeah.
Right,
We're getting like that nice like standard deviation.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit something that hits me. Has spent money on TCG Pocket.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, this is pretty self-explanatory too. I don't really have to.
Yeah,
it's a net positive for me, bro. I got nice cards.
Where the hell is it? I can't see. Am I blind?
It's on the left.
Oh, there it is.
Top.
I see it. I spent money on TCG Pocket. All right.
Hey, man, this applies to you too, bro. I see you.
Zack. That's a net positive. It's a net positive, bro.
All right, I think it depends on the context. Because are you screenshotting your cards and flexing them? Which the answer is probably yes.
We are. What do you mean? What do you mean? Probably the four of us.
I think if you're spending money and you're screenshotting your cards and putting it in the Discord and going like, "Yo, I just pulled full art shiny Charizard."
Brother,
I think you go to Whack Playlist. I think you go to Whack Playlist, dog. I get my cards for free from the Pokemon Company. I don't pay for them.
You've never paid once?
We're not the same. I have not paid.
You not paid for the premium pass?
I have not paid for this game.
Wait, you do?
Use the premium pass.
So you pay? You pay for the game? That's
I have not paid. I have not paid.
You use the premium pass.
Not paid for the premium pass?
There's a free trial for 2 weeks. There's a free trial.
Open your game right now. Open your game right now. Show me that you don't have the premium
I'm literally.
pass.
I shit you not. I am not on.
He's canceling it right now.
No, I'm booting it up. Look.
Hey. The Pokemon Company wants us to play this game, man. I'm just supporting the cause. Net positive.
You're gonna see that Delibird show up.
I'm not gonna win this one. But where do you go for the premium pass?
Just show.
Look, wait, my support ID is on there. Hey, guys, I gotta cover it up.
Why do we have to cover that? But
because it's like important. See, regular pass.
Okay.
You can't get me. You can't get me.
Yeah, but I pay for the premium pass. That shit's crazy. I love that extra pack a day, bro. Net positive.
I think it's a net positive.
Net positive. Whatever, dude.
I will say, I do hate the people that like. They flex all the cards they got. They're like, "Oh, I completed the whole decks in one day," but they paid. Like they're literally dropping thousands on this game, and then oh wow, no wonder
if you drop $1,000, you don't get to flex. If you drop the 10, sure, whatever. You know, you flex your cards. Yeah, but
a net positive.
Let's go, Zack.
All right. I'm going after John with this one. Fun fact, Frank.
Ooh, fun fact, Frank.
He doesn't do fact videos anymore, bro. Get that right.
So fun fact, Frank is more like you could be the fact Pokemon YouTuber, but this is also just like the guy who's probably gonna drop like an unsolicited fact, like in the middle of conversation, where you're like, oh yeah, like I think it's fine. I think Young Goose is pretty cool, and then some guy's like, well, did you know that the Young Goose is a counterpart to Alolan Rattata because the mongooses hunt the rats in Hawaii, and that's why they're Sun and Moon exclusive, and yada yada. And they just go, they take the bit a little too far.
No.
They take the bit a little too far. Like, it's one thing if you ask, if it's like, hey, what's the best Pokemon fun fact you know? This guy is definitely giving it unsolicited, you know? And I think for that, it might be kind of cringe.
When you say fun fact, Frank, am I talking to like a JPR who like occasionally will come up with like, you know, the
or
Do
is
I
there a
give
whole
unsolicited fun facts?
is there a whole
you
personality?
do sometimes, but like not like, but it's not like, but I enjoy it when you do. You know what I mean? Like that's the impression that I had initially.
Well, I guess that's a matter of perspective. Do you enjoy getting unsolicited facts or do you not? Because I think that will depend on whether or not it's
No. My question is more like, see, you do occasionally, and it's good, but there are other people who I won't name who do it way too often. It pisses me off.
I see.
That's
I see.
why.
So
That's why I gave him
what's
the death penalty.
What's
But
the
no,
standard
I'm well-
deviation?
Whack playlist. I'll put him in.
I think that's safer. I think that's.
Whack playlist. I could go whack playlist.
It's,
I don't know, because like sometimes the facts are interesting. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm
If
saying.
I'm on a call with like Birdkeeper
Toby, right?
or-
Yeah.
If I'm on a call with Toby and he
Birdkeeper,
drops a
yeah.
lore thing, I'm gonna be
It's
like, wow,
sick.
that's pretty cool. You
That's
know?
what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I would enjoy
Yeah,
it.
but not everybody.
the average-
Not
the
everybody
average
is
guy
like
is not-
Toby.
Yeah, the average guy is
But that's
not.
what,
Birdkeeper
who are
Toby.
we looking at here?
Do you want me to say
it's just-
names?
No, don't
Okay,
say
if we're,
names.
I'm saying if we're looking at, we all know who we're talking about. But if we're looking at Hoops, Toby, and like John, like this kind of group, then I'd be down for it.
Yeah.
Like,
See, because I feel like those are the type of
I would
people.
go as far as I would go as far as saying net positive if it's that. But if we're
I don't know
talking
about
like
that.
degeneracy,
Because
don't know, bro.
there's like a spectrum to it. There's like, you
I
know,
think-
Johns
I
and
think
the
there are
Tobys who are
more-
like, they would weave in the fun facts in a natural way in the conversation.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
there's the complete opposite end of the spectrum where they just spit fucking word vomit for the sake
And
of
it's like,
word
who
vomit.
asked? Who
Just to be
asked?
like,
Yes.
I know this stuff, you know?
Uh-huh.
So
Maybe we
what-
can split the difference and go harmless.
no, it's not harmless.
Kinda
it's
It's
kind
not
of
harmless?
Top
It's
of
kinda
top,
cringe.
top of kind of cringe.
All right.
Yeah.
kind of cringe. We'll agree on that. All right. What's next? Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with starter is their child. So this is
That's
different.
me, bro.
This is different
I
from
think.
just like starter Pokemon is my favorite. So like this isn't like Zack where it's like, oh, I love Greninja. Like, this is one of those people how it's like they can't healthily engage in online discourse because they're like, how dare you insult
not
my
me.
child Piplup? You know, like that kind of thing. You know,
My
like
favorite
they-
Pokemon's Blastoise. I have to be okay with the hate that it gets.
Yeah, like they get a little too into defending their favorite starter Pokemon. Like we all know somebody like this, and I think it's Jail. I think it's Jail.
I
I
Gale seems.
So like you're
It's
saying
Gale or
you're
Rock-
saying that the starter is their child, like they can't take any criticism regarding.
Like they're
starter.
they're just a little too obsessed. Like they probably have a room filled with plushes of their favorite starter. Like
They're missing social interactions, Zach.
You're like they're gonna start an argument. If you're like out in public and you're like, hey, like what's your favorite starter Pokemon? And some guy's like, I
need to
I
stress.
love Popplio. Popplio is my favorite Pokemon ever. And then some guy goes, oh, I think Popplio sucks. They're gonna crash out. They're actually gonna crash out
See,
mid conversation.
I feel like it's an interesting.
They might even pull out threats.
threats. It's an interesting case because I feel like that mostly pertains to like. Well, no, I feel like it can pertain to any starter Pokemon, but I mostly see that with people who like the unpopular starters, and because it's unpopular, they
no,
have
it's
to
not.
like. What is it? Like
They have to fight harder.
They have to
It's like
fight. Yeah,
technique.
they have to fight harder to prove like, oh, like because obviously they're getting they're catching
This
strays
is
left,
the
right, and
opposite
center.
of like generic Gerald, basically, is what you're saying.
But no,
Yeah.
it's not okay. I've seen like people like, oh, I hate Score Buddy, and people get like, what?
But
Yeah.
Score Buddy?
Score Buddy's not
people are a little-
crazy. I
And
don't
it's
know.
like it's not a crazy one to hate, I feel like, you know?
Okay.
I think we gotta fill out Whack playlist actually. Maybe not Jail. Let's
Whack-
fill
Yeah,
out
I
Whack.
think
Whack
it's
playlist,
Whack
Whack
playlist.
Yeah.
I know.
I think it's Whack playlist.
All right.
They need to touch some grass. That's
Yeah.
Whack playlist.
This is like anti-grass touching behavior. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Invest that effort into like something real.
Facts.
Hybrid, is it your turn?
No, I think it's your turn.
No, I
Right?
just picked that one.
Oh, okay.
Zach?
Let's go with Let's go. It spoils everything.
Oh, that's you.
Hybrid self-reporting.
Go to fucking
right.
jail, Hybrid.
Go to jail. Go to jail, Hybrid. Go to jail.
Bottom. Go down,
Do not pass
middle,
go,
down, middle,
do not
down, middle.
collect $200.
Oh, spoiled
Right there,
everything.
right
Go to
there.
jail, bro.
We don't even need a discussion on this one. Just, if you spoil everything, go to jail.
I can't even fight this,
Putting
bro.
spoilers in the thumbnail? Yeah, actually, spoilers on a thumbnail might be death penalty. It might. There's
be
an
actually.
evolution of this guy. There's an
Okay,
evolution.
how
of this
far
guy.
are we doing spoils everything? Like, how far are we going?
This is
it
like,
like-
oh. I think this is just a guy who like they can't engage in like an average conversation without
spoiling?
giving away something. You know,
Zach, this might be jail. I'm sorry, this might be death.
it could be death. It could
Actually,
be death.
it is death.
I think it's death penalty. We're killing hybrid.
Bro, I'll never get over Sun and Moon, even
No,
Sword and
no
Shield
way,
era,
no way.
where
Speaking-
dudes
what are you
drop
gonna
full
say, Doc?
spoilers in the thumbnail, bro. The game ain't even out in North America. I hate that shit, bro. Oh my god. Or like leaks.
This is actually death penalty.
Death penalty for that one.
It is straight.
All right, Zach, back to you.
Female protagonist fan artist.
Okay.
Might be going to jail.
So-
I'm not gonna lie.
So this is like person who is like a fan artist, usually either on like Twitter, Instagram, something like that. But you notice that they're usually only drawing fan art of like the female protagonist, and like it's not illegal. It's nothing like
Not illegal.
it's nothing crazy. Like it's not like, oh, whoa, this is like bordering on Rule 34, like that kind of thing. It's not that. It's just that you notice that they have a tendency to always draw the female protagonist. Maybe it gets more likes. Maybe there's something else there.
Wait. So it's not overly sexualized?
Maybe not all the time. Maybe not all the time.
Then I think it's
maybe that means some of the time it is.
We had to decide on what the standard deviation is here.
Yeah.
And I think that there's enough of the weirdos that this does go to jail.
The weirdos.
Well, what if
outnumbers.
it's engagement baiting? Like, what if it's just for engagement? Like, it's not actually them.
I still think
It's still
Even
weird,
if it's
actually.
engagement,
It's
you're
still
still
weird.
drawing children.
and you're normalizing the weirdos who like engaging with that. So I think
that's jail.
That's jail.
Yeah, I think it has to go to jail.
Jaleel in the comments, prison.
Glad we're all in agreement on that.
All right,
Okay.
John.
Oh man.
Back to
Oh
me.
no, I see my next one. All right, go for it.
All right. I'm gonna go. Mega Evolution Truther.
Oh.
So like this guy, this is the kind of guy where like he's just mad at any new gimmick that comes out that isn't Mega Evolution. Like he's like, yeah, dog. If the new game just had Mega Evolution, it'd be perfect. You know, that one of those kind of guys. And like even as somebody who dislikes megas, like I want to put this in kind of cringe, but like it's hard to say that they're wrong though. That's the problem. So I'm leaning towards harmless. You know.
I think they're harmless.
What do you think?
I'm between kind of cringe because it is kind of cringe. Like if you
I'm
just
in the
like
same
megas,
boat.
but kind of like what you were saying, John. Like I kind of understand why because when you think about it, regardless of how you feel about mechanics, megas is the most popular one. It's the reason why they brought it back. We've been getting mega fan art since 2013 since we first got megas. It makes sense why that is kind of like the popular mentality, the popular take of the fan base regardless. Now there are people who take it a bit too far, but even like let's not say there are wholly mega evolution truthers. There's a good percentage of the fan base that is like, damn, I just kind of want megas back. And that's why ZA was a big deal.
I think that's fine. I think if it's just that case where it's like, oh, I just want megas back. I don't really care for the new gimmicks. But like if they're like frothing at the mouth for megas, that's another thing. But I think the average person in this camp isn't that bad. So I'll go harmless.
I think it's harmless.
Yeah, I go harmless.
It's my turn.
Yes.
My turn? Ready for our first base take? Zach, you ready?
Which one?
Reed's Adventures for Fun, baby! Base!
Oh, wait, that actually is base.
Right to the left! Right there, bro!
You know,
That's actually so big.
I think it's definitely based if you're a kid for sure, right? Because I'd rather you read. I would rather you read the Adventures manga than like scroll TikTok. You know, like that kind of thing. Like at least you're reading. So like I can't disagree with this. And even if you're an adult, like at least you're engaging in like the lesser known Pokemon sphere, you know? Like it's kind of cool.
Lit. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah.
All right. Back to Zack.
All right.
Yo, move away from that, bro.
Ready to
Comments
get controversial? I feel like enough time has
Which one?
passed. We're 25 minutes in. I think we could get
Bro,
controversial.
their comments is already like exclamation mark. With that stuff.
Hey, we're gonna
wait.
we're gonna get to all of them eventually. So might as well just start ripping the band-aids, right?
Oh,
Then
no.
we fight.
Oh, okay.
God.
So this could be a 2 for 1. This is either YouTuber who only makes like the we pick, we start our starter, then we fight content, or someone who only consumes this type of content. So either way, I think it's whack playlist.
No, I think the content is good. The people who only watch the comment section for those videos though is a different story.
It's kind of rabid. It is kind of rabid.
Yeah.
Like you kind of fear if you interact with these people in real life, they might not be normal.
I think the creators are harmless. If anything, it's net positive.
The creators are just having fun. Like I can't fault them.
Yeah.
And it also does well. It makes sense why they do it. So for the creators themselves, it's harmless.
This one's gonna cause the most beef. I feel like we're gonna this is gonna make every single PokeTuber like hate Rocket Radio.
No, I think for the creators, it's net positive,
isn't it? For the creators, but I feel like it's like Then We Fights is more than just the creators. Like also think about it. Then We Fights, they do well, and creators constantly do Then We Fights because they do well. But why do they do well? Because of the audience.
Because people are watching it. So it's the audience's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
this gotta go back playlist.
And you ever notice how like again
like
no shot to the I enjoy Then We Fights too. At least I enjoy the first half. I enjoy the challenges leading up to the fights.
No.
But like you gotta admit, like a lot of these after a certain point, it's just so repetitive. But people still consume it. People still consume it, which is crazy.
That's the thing. You can't fault them for making it because it stays popular.
Yeah.
So,
it's like television.
Yeah, that's true. It's like The Simpsons being on their 34th season or whatever. So, maybe it's harmless. Is it harmless?
In theory, it is harmless.
In theory, but in practice, it's cringe.
And I think it's kind of cringe.
Maybe we go kind of cringe.
I think that's a safe middle ground.
I think it's kind of cringe.
Yeah. All right. Is it back to me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go Mudkip in the car. So like it doesn't.
What
It
the
doesn't
hell does that mean?
It doesn't specifically have to be a Mudkip, but it's like this is probably a person who like you're encountering maybe in the Walmart parking lot. Maybe you just see them on the highway. Odds are you probably never interact with them face to face. You just see that they have a Mudkip in their car, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like it's probably. I feel like these guys are based because it's like the least offensive way to show the outside world that you are a Pokemon fan. And like it doesn't come off as cringe at all. Because like that's your car.
That's net
it's
positive.
either net positive. It's net positive or based for me.
I think it's based. I think it's actually so based.
I see is it just the one Mudkip in the car? Because sometimes
it's just the one. It's not like
I've seen a row of plushies or like all the stickers around the car. That's a bit
just
it's one Mudkip.
Just the one.
One Mudkip. He's chilling out like in the back window.
That's
Maybe
based.
he's hanging out the back.
Yeah. Just one's kind of based. All right, back to me.
Yes, sir.
Twitter theorist.
Oh, it's his soul.
Oh, Soul Silver.
No, I wasn't thinking about Soul, but it is.
It's okay. We're friends. We can say that.
No. Okay, if it's Soul, this goes up high. But if it's other Twitter theorists, I don't know, Chief.
You got to consider the standard deviation. So
the Soul is not the standard.
Soul is not the standard.
Soul is not the standard at all.
Listen, these are the guys who are way too lost in the sauce when it comes to theorizing about Pokemon, a children's video game series. So I think for that alone, it's whack playlist. I'm not inviting these guys to anything.
Yeah, I agree.
No, arguably Jail. Arguably.
I don't know about Jail. I think Jail's a little too far.
I think Soul is chill enough to bail them out of jail, but whack playlist is as far as they go.
I don't know. I think Whack Playlist is good enough. We don't need jail for them.
Okay.
Now, there are some others on here that I think go to jail, though, but we'll come to that.
All right. I'm curious about the Heat More Believer. What is this, John?
Okay, so Heatmore Believer, this is kind of like the Mudkip in the car one, where, like, it doesn't specifically have to be Heatmore, but, like, this is just a guy who is on Showdown, and he's just kind of trying to climb the ladder with, like, his favorite shit on,
This is
basically.
base, bro.
Like,
I think net positive.
I think there are better things you can do with your time, because, like, sometimes it's like, is it really worth it to get to 1800 with Heatmore? I don't know, man.
I respect the grind though.
I do have to respect the grind. I think it has to be net positive. I think
it's
net positive's fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Okay, so back to me.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go with has Pokemon tattoos, and I think these
That's
guys
a
are
good one.
I think these guys are just based. Because, like, most of the time, if you know someone who's a Pokemon tattoo, they're not coming up to you and going like, "Yo, look at my tattoo, man. Look at my Pokemon." Oh, I'm so white. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, I just blinded the entire audience. I'm sorry, but like, I think most of the time it's just like you notice and you're like, oh, hey, I noticed you have like a Zangoose in your arm. And they're like, oh yeah, I caught a shiny Zangoose when I was in 3rd grade, and I just thought it was really cool. I got this tattoo. You're like, it's just the way they explain it. You know, they're really nonchalant about it most of the time. Like it's in a similar vein as Mudkip in the car. Like, they're expressing that they're a Pokemon fan, but through like a weird, different kind of way.
I think it's based.
I'd say based.
Net positive or based for me, so I'm good with you.
There's nothing really wrong with that.
All right, we gotta decide. I'm going
base is fine.
All right, base is fine. Let's go based. Yeah.
Yeah, base is fine. Back to me. Okay, none of these relate anymore, but I have to do it for the sake of my content. Has to date a Pokemon Fan.
So pretty self-explanatory. This person.
Oh my god.
They're one of those guys that's like they've probably been eternally single, but they're like, I'm only gonna date someone if they're into Pokemon. You know, like that kind of thing.
Dude, this is whack playlist.
I think this is whack playlist. At a certain point, you just gotta accept defeat and be like, you know, that's not that many people.
Oh my god, that's crazy work, dog. Crazy work.
Yeah,
I have so many things to say, but I'm gonna hold back.
All right, Zack.
Cynthia Simp. Shout out to Jaleel.
Ooh, Cynthia Simp.
All right, but define Cynthia Simp.
I think it's like it's sort of like the starter Pokemon is their child type of thing, but like if there's any kind of online discourse about like who's the best champion or strongest trainer or something, they're always in Cynthia's corner, but you know it's not because they respect Cynthia as a trainer. They just think that she's hot. That kind of thing, you know? Like,
so Jaleel isn't the standard for this.
Maybe they got a figure off a Pokemon Center. Maybe they got a Cynthia profile picture. Like,
you're telling me
they're constantly retweeting Cynthia fan art.
Yeah, or they're mad that like Ash beat Cynthia in the Masters 8 or something like that. Like, I think if it's 2010, 2011 and you're repping Cynthia, like that's one thing. But in the big 2025, I don't know if it's jail.
I don't think it's jail.
Playlist for sure.
I don't think it's
whack
jail
playlist for sure.
Whack playlist.
I do think it's I would say kind of cringe.
Really, I'm going whack playlist. I don't think that's kind of cringe. I think it's whack playlist.
I think whack.
Okay.
It's the same thing as starter as a child.
I mean, I like Cynthia. She's my favorite champion.
Me too.
But I wouldn't consider myself a Cynthia simp.
Is it more or less cringe than considering your starter your child?
It's less.
It's less cringe?
Oh,
I think it's more cringe because your starter, it's like you defend your starter because you have like an attachment to this Pokemon, the memories you've had, you like it. But like if you're a Cynthia simp, you know, just like the more broad generic standard, it's because you think she's hot. You know, that's it. It's like it's a weird.
And like they can say like, oh, I just think she's a strong trainer. Like, oh, the Garchomp, that was crazy. You know, like you know there's another reason.
You know, it's because
it's bordering between the starters to child and female protagonist fan art.
In fact, I think you're more based if you just come out and say, yeah, I like Cynthia because she's hot. But if you're trying to like come up with like excuses. Like, oh, she's just really strong. She was really hard when I was 10 years old, you know, like that kind of thing. No, I think you're sliding down, actually. It's counterproductive.
Change the category from Cynthia Simp to Cynthia Gooner.
Oh, that's a jail.
That goes to jail. That goes to jail.
Gooner is straight jail.
All right, we're going black playlist.
All right.
That was yours, Zach?
Figure it out.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. I feel like we have to do this one because it's similar. Has a Gardevoir plush.
That's jail.
That.
But like, is I left some room for interpretation on this one. Is this
What's
like
the
a
standard?
sitting? Is it like a sitting cuties Gardevoir plush, or like a little like plushy
It's not.
keychain?
It's the
Or
life
is
size
it
one.
the
You
five
know
and a
it
half
is.
foot tall like life size one?
I'm sorry, Gator. You're going to jail,
Go to
buddy.
jail.
You might be going to jail. You might be going to jail.
Let's do this one because I know where this is going. Costco TCG scalper.
Okay, all right. This one's pretty easy. It's just like the dudes who like they steal like the big boxes of Pokemon cards out of people's hands at Costco, and they're
Go to
just
jail.
scalping off. Go to jail.
That's
Go to
either jail or death penalty. I think
Honestly, it
it's
might be
jail.
death penalty. Might be death penalty.
It's close. It's close.
There's really no redeeming quality to this person. Like, why should we keep them alive?
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Actually, yeah. If they did get the death penalty, then there would be more Pokemon cards for actual consumers to enjoy.
You're so right, actually.
Did he freeze? What's going on today?
Damn it, dude.
I froze.
He froze.
You
No,
froze.
you're good now.
Wait, he unfroze. He unfroze.
You froze.
What's going on? No,
No, that
you
was
were
you.
definitely frozen, bro.
All right. Death penalty. Death penalty.
Death penalty it is. All right, it's my
That,
turn.
if you're grabbing stuff from other people's hands like that and you're throwing hands, definitely.
All right.
I'm surprised nobody's used their one time yet. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. I have that in mind. I'm telling you,
Terminology
it's
Terry. What is that one?
Okay, so terminology Terry. This is probably somebody in your comment
Kyogre.
section who's like, it's pronounced Arceus, not Arceus, or something like that,
yeah.
you know? Like, you know, they think they're doing the world a service by getting everyone on the same page, but really you're just pissing everybody off. The terminology Terrys are my least favorite people in the comments. They might have to go to jail.
I'm between whack
I don't know.
playlist and jail because it's like
I
I
think
think it's
jail.
whack playlist. I think it's whack
I will
playlist.
say like it does bother me when people like mispronounce Pokemon, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to correct it. It's like I get everyone like language is so vast and wide, and people say
I think
things.
if you
When
watch a
Wolfie
20
goes
minute
Deku
video
Dui?
and you're especially when they like
Deku
get it
Dui?
wrong too, like when they get it. Oh, also worth noting, this person is like, you're calling them starter Pokemon. They're officially called first partner Pokemon
Go to
now.
fucking jail.
no.
For
Go to
that.
jail. Go to jail. Go to jail.
Yeah, actually,
That's
yeah.
jail.
Like Pokemon pronunciation is one thing. Terminology to that level, you're going to jail for that one, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like I have, or like they're not called shiny Pokemon. They're alternatively colored Pokemon.
Go to jail, bro.
Oh man. Okay. What we still got? Ooh. All right. Since Jaleel's in Japan, Pokemon Japan trip, top right. So Pokemon Japan trip is basically like this dude's going to Japan, but he's not going to see the sights. He's going to 17 different Pokemon centers. Like he's going to the Pokemon Cafe. His entire trip in Japan is around the Pokemon series. Like he really does not care about anything else that the country has to offer. Where are we putting this
That's
guy? 'Cause
whack playlist.
I think it's whack playlist. Like it's not
I
jail.
was gonna go harmless, but it is kind of.
I mean,
whack.
it technically is harmless, but it's like you're going to fucking Japan, bro, the home of like Nintendo, fucking anime, and just the culture. And all you want to do is go to Pokemon stuff, go to the Pokemon Center. Like
Yeah.
Pokemon
This
can be a
screams
part
I don't
of it,
touch
but
grass
come on,
for
bro.
real
Yeah.
though. Actually.
Yeah.
Okay. What the hell, Zach?
Zach is
Oh my
freezing
God.
and he goes like.
Dude, you
What
gotta
is
see that on
happening,
camera, bro. I
They are-
swear to God.
Yeah, they are stabilizing the economy, as somebody points out. Like they're probably giving Japan a lot of money, which keeps them out of jail. But it does keep them in whack playlist. So
Where did my phone go?
But where
Let's
in
see.
whack playlist?
ooh, let's see. It's probably at the top. They're not as cringe as the other people, because like at least they're traveling. They're having a good time,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
Yo, Zach, could you give me a call, bro? I can't find my phone.
Why you need your phone in the middle of the podcast, dog?
Bro, it's going. Bro, I hear like text. Okay, sorry, bro. Just
Oh
need
my
it.
god, bro!
That's
It's not
what
picking up
happened.
on mic. You're fine.
I'm calling you
All
right
right.
now.
All right,
heard
all
it.
right.
I don't know where it went. Okay. Oh,
Hyman,
it's
it's your
my.
turn. It's your turn.
I give up. It's okay. We'll find it later. Let's see.
What, you just hung up on me?
Yeah, because it's connected to my WhatsApp on my computer. So
Oh,
it's
never mind.
where are we at?
Pick one.
It's your
I
turn.
got it. Where's Ash's hat in public?
Okay, so yeah, they it's pretty self-explanatory. They're just wearing Ash Ketchum's hat in public. Maybe it's the original, maybe it's a newer one. It's just an Ash Ketchum hat. It's
This
usually
could
the
go in
original,
the
though.
top, any of the top 4. In my
I think
opinion.
I this could go anywhere really. This might be our most divided one because
Yeah.
I do feel like wearing Ash's hat it's less cringe than wearing like something actually Pokemon branded, like the Pokemon logo on
Yeah.
it, you know?
See,
Like that's
the question is, how are they wearing the hat though? Because if like
Are they wearing backwards?
no, I mean well that too, but like if the hat goes really well with like a casual fit, I think that's like in the upper tier. But if
but
it's
let's
just
be honest,
like
most of these guys are wearing it with like jean shorts and
if they have no
like,
drip and they're just wearing an Ash Ketchum hat, that's lower tier, you know.
it's kind of
But-
cringe.
but-
I think it's kind
but-
of cringe.
But it's also kind of like, they're not afraid to show their. Like, what's the difference between that and like the Mudkip in the car or has Pokemon tattoos?
I think because it's a little too on the nose.
Yeah,
You know,
the Mudkip on the car is subtle.
Really?
It's just like it's just something that's
Yeah.
there that's cool to
like
have.
Maybe
they
they
just
just like
pass you on the
aesthetics.
they just pass you on the highway. Maybe it's because you never have to interact with that guy, but you think that's a cool guy. He's got a Mudkip in his car, you know. But the Ash Ketchum guy, like, you're a little hesitant to start a conversation with him on the street because you're like, he might get sucked into this, you know. He might be like he might be an Antipoke Andy in disguise.
He might be worse than that, actually. Yeah,
See,
you're
'cause
right. Okay.
I think as well, like
It's good.
wearing an Ash Ketchum hat, I feel like is a little bit more dedicated than wearing.
Says the
like,
guy wearing a Rocket Radio hat.
I think
Hold
if
up,
it's the
hold up,
original-
hold up.
If it's
Fuck
the
you,
original series
hybrid.
hat, if it's the original series hat, it's harmless. But if it's like a newer hat, like if it's like Sun and Moon hat or something like that, and like it's an adult,
Original hats also.
See,
it's
like-
falls
because
in the same
original hat
category.
has drip. It doesn't have a Pokeball logo on it anywhere. It's just the L, and that could be anything, you know. Like if
That
you're-
could still not fit
See,
with an outfit.
if you're above
could
the
not-
age of like 13 and I see you wearing an Ash Ketchum hat in public, I'm probably not gonna talk to you. But if you're
So
having like a
kinda cringe.
Pokemon shirt, like if you just have a Pokemon shirt, I feel like you're more approachable. I feel like wearing an Ash Ketchum hat is slightly more, like you're leaning into Antipoke Andy territory, where like it's like a little bit too
Yeah,
much.
it's kind
you
of
know?
cringe, man.
It might be a little. Yeah, it's kind of cringe. It's
Kind
kind
of
of cringe.
cringe.
Also,
All right.
the Rocket Radio hat, this shit's fire, bro. It's a
It
clean
is fire.
black
All right,
hat, clean logo.
I'm gonna order one. All right.
I can
all right?
wear this with
Big plug,
fucking
big plug.
anything, bro.
If we're gonna add a category actually, and it's guy who wears Rocket Radio hat in public, and he goes to the top of base.
That's me. All right.
Oh no! I see a better one. I'll come back
Whose
to
turn is it? Oh, you just went hybrid,
It's
so it's
yours.
me. All
it.
right.
Yeah, I see a better one.
Wolf Glick Groupie.
Ooh, okay.
What
Okay,
is
so
it?
like
John.
the Wolf Glick groupie, like they're probably the dudes who are just like they come over and they're like, "Hey man, have you seen Wolf Glick's newest video?" Like that's just what they want to lead off with. Like if you're gonna binge YouTube with them, they're gonna start with Wolf Glick. They're probably just gonna talk about how like, oh, Wolf Glick's the only Pokemon YouTuber who I watch. You know,
Oh.
maybe they're making a fan cam on social media or something like that. I think these guys. I would go net positive.
I would go.
What?
I'm between harmless and net positive because
I
Wolfie's
think of
based,
all the
bro.
fan bases for Pokemon YouTubers, I think Wolf Glick's fans are like the least like detrimental.
I think it's
I
obviously
agree.
not his intention. I think he's starting a cult following unintentionally. Like I
yeah,
think
but
it's
like
going kind of.
it's good for the scene though, you
Yeah.
know? Like it's
It's good for
actually
Pokemon
I
in
think-
general.
I think it's getting to that point where it's like he's the top creator, no questions asked, and he's
and
like
like
he's
I've
great at
never
it.
come
But I
across a
think
Wolf
it's getting
Glick
to that
groupie
point
who's
where
like,
it's becoming like mob mentality type of thing.
It
yeah, but I've
definitely
never,
is.
slowly
I've
leading
never
into that,
encountered.
but-
Maybe it's different for you guys. I've never encountered a Wolf Glick groupie who's like super obnoxious about it though.
But
You know?
the glaze is like unprecedented.
But like,
Some
what do
people
you
are
what do
glazed.
you expect? It's just kind of. I feel like it just kind of comes with the territory. The more popular he becomes, the more people are gonna glaze him. He's like literally the top Pokemon YouTuber right now. He's one of the top
Okay.
VGC players in the
Chat-
world. It just
Chat
kind of
very
makes
much
sense with his
disagrees with
position.
this. Chad is saying cringe, but we're
Cringe?
kind of going more positive.
I think where
Listen,
it stands right now.
If
okay,
you're going
so in my
between Wolf
opinion-
Glick Groupie and Team Sky, you cannot sit here and say that
Alright.
Wolf Glick Groupie
that is true.
cringe.
That
I'm
is true.
sorry.
You know, let's get both these
That-
out of the way right now. We're solidly in the middle of the
Oh
pod. We're not
my
gonna get
god,
heat.
we're cooked.
I think Team Sky goes to
Death
jail.
penalty. Straight to no. Death
One time?
penalty.
He's using his one time? All right, you heard it here
He's
first.
one time. Wait,
One time.
wait, I'm not using it one time. Wait, my hands are in the air. Hold on. Let's talk about Team Sky first.
Make you use your one time. Based for Team Sky. I'm gonna make you use it.
Zach, what do you say?
Hey, this is not about me. You're the one who started it. So
No.
I gotta hear your
Between jail and death penalty, what would you pick?
point.
Team Sky.
Death penalty.
I wouldn't go death penalty just because like the average Team Sky person who's like putting that on YouTube comments and whatnot, they're probably 12. So like I'm gonna catch like a little bit of a break.
True. I just feel like it's annoying, and like this is nothing on M&J himself, but it's just kind of like that mob mentality around his content where you could be on somewhere completely unrelated, anything that you see a Rayquaza or something like that. Oh, Team Sky, who the fuck asked, bro? Like it's so random. I hate that shit,
like
bro.
Bottom of jail. Like not death penalty, but bottom of jail.
But you said bottom of jail, so like that can lean into death penalty if need be.
Like they're like 6 feet underground in jail, but they're not in the electric chair. You know, like,
I'm going death penalty.
That's what I'm saying.
Penalty. That shit is so annoying, dog. That is a cult following. That is a true cult
that's
following.
a
makes the Wolf Glit groupie actually look really good in comparison. I still go net positive for Wolf Glit groupie.
I'll put him in harmless. I'll put him in harmless.
Harmless?
I just want to make this clear. I think Wolf Glit groupie started off as base and then slowly been climbing down based off like the way it's been going publicly.
But is that just like a thing gets popular and gradually becomes more cringe? Like
maybe, but I think eventually it will get kind of cringe. I think right now it's harmless.
Okay,
it is harmless.
Okay. All right, we'll go harmless for Wolf.
And Wolf Glit is top of the top, so
okay. Whose turn is it now? Is it my turn?
No, we did it
so. That was that was 2 for
okay. I made this list before this happened. So just wants Coliseum on Switch. You guys got your wish. This is the guy, like, maybe he's not the most in tune with Pokemon. Like, maybe he's fallen off the bandwagon, but like he just kind of casually keeps up. And you ask him, like, oh, well, like, are you gonna play the new Pokemon game? And he's probably like, nah, but like, I'd really like Coliseum on Switch. Like
that's a net positive or a base.
I don't think he's complaining about it. I think he's just like, it'd be really cool to play Coliseum one more time. I think it's a net positive.
That's
it
base.
might be base. It might be
That's base.
I just realized you've been working on this for a while, bro.
I put a lot of thought into this list.
How long have you had on the back burner?
Probably at least, I don't know, 3-4 weeks.
That's crazy, bro. All right.
You just didn't tell us either.
I say net positive.
Net positive. We'll go net positive.
I would go base, but if you guys want to net positive, that's cool too.
I'm cool with net positive.
That's cool. Yeah. All right, back to me. Still in a more shipper.
Oh, dude. Oh my god. Everyone's unsubscribes. Can I one time on this one? Can I one time?
I don't think you need to. What is your take?
No, wait. Hang on. 3, 2, 1. Death penalty.
Yep.
Damn. I'm leaning towards jail.
Yeah, I mean that's close enough.
Like, it's
actually,
it's too obsessive. It's too obsessive. If you take the standard, if you take the common immershipper, not like I don't even know if you're an immershipper, Zach, but like not someone like you, or even Raph, just the common one on the internet, bro, they are too far gone.
Yeah, the standard deviation is like way down there. Like there's a few good ones, but like the standard deviation is way at the bottom.
This is the average.
Actually,
that's the problem.
Death penalty, especially now in the big 2025 shipping Ash and Serena when you're like 15 years old.
In the big 2025, it's astronomically cringe. Like it was probably jail in 2016, and it's only gotten worse.
Yeah, it's been holy crap, bro. It's been how long? Like over 10 years since XY, and you're still shipping Ash and Serena.
And they're probably wow. Can you believe it's been 9 years since Serena kissed Ash, and they're still mad about Serena's.
God.
They're still mad about her
return
return
at some point.
they're mad about it. They probably sent death threats to the writer of that one dance episode.
Bro, this is
Oh my
standard.
god!
This is
and
straight
and,
death
and
penalty.
there's like, oh, like happy more shipping day, happy anniversary of more shipping day, and
Yep.
it's like they celebrate the
Oh my
fucking day that
God.
like Serena.
Yeah,
abandoned
I'm
him or
sorry.
whatever.
If you sent death threats to the writer of that episode, you are
You
death
deserve
penalty.
the death
You are
penalty in
death
this
penalty.
list.
This might be bottom of death penalty. Like
Yeah,
this
I
might
think
be the worst
it's the
one.
worst. I actually do think it's the worst.
See
Yeah,
now
that might be the worst one.
with that being said, I don't think there's anything wrong with like liking the idea of like, oh, Ash and Serena maybe being a couple, because obviously that's a thing in the show. Like they want you, like the romance is an element of the show, but to like still obsess over it for years and make a big deal over like these two fictional children being together, I feel like you need to touch some grass, bro. Like you need to touch an actual woman.
No,
bro.
more than
It's like,
that.
come
You
on.
need more than just touching grass. You need to get out there and talk to people.
This is like if the guy who only can have a Pokemon girlfriend evolved. You know, like this is his like incel evolved form.
This
Like,
is his final form.
Oh man.
all right,
Yeah,
who did
it's
that one?
crazy. I picked 3 of the death penalties, and the other one that wasn't death penalty was just like shoot Horde in there.
All right, who did that one? Was that hybrid?
That was me, yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's Zack.
my turn. Let me see. These are some interesting choices. Let's do Mr. Beast Poketuber.
What
All
does
right,
that
so
mean?
Mr. Beast
Oh, I know this
Poketuber,
is.
we kind of talked about this a week or two ago in one of the Rocket Roasts, but it's like the hyperactive, like, I going to catch every single Pokemon in this region. I had 12 hours or my family dies in a car crash. Like, that's what, you know? So it's just like, it's like the
It's
ADHD.
getting demonetized. I'm just letting you know.
hyperactive
We've thrown around
yeah.
these words too much.
We have. It's gonna be demonetized for sure. I think, you know, I can't fault someone for chasing the bag, but it is whack playlist.
It's either
And
kind of
maybe-
cringe or whack playlist.
And maybe
Yeah,
these
me
people are
too.
chill in person. Maybe they're chill in person, but like I
They're
feel like
chasing the bag.
Because
It's
you
a
also,
little too much.
you gotta understand as well, like, you know, Mr. Beast is definitely like that for the content, but I don't think he's actually like that in person. And I think the same goes for the Poketubers who do that. They do that because that's what works. That's what gets retention. But that's not.
I
who
think
they
when
are.
Mr. Beast does it, it's less cringe because he invented that style. But anyone who's trying to be Mr. Beast is inherently more cringe.
That is kind of cringe, actually.
Yeah.
But
I don't know
is it
about
cringe
whack.
enough to go to whack playlist?
I don't think
It's
whack
whack
playlist.
playlist.
I don't think it's whack playlist. I think it's kind of cringe.
It might be though, man, because like the content is like,
But they do it because it works, though. You know?
yeah, but the content itself is whack.
Yeah, but like Then We Fight is like, I don't know. Is Then
You
We
thi-
Fight
you think
more
it's-
or less cringe than Mr. Beast Poketuber? I think Then We Fight is less cringe, honestly. Like, controversial take. It might be. I think whack playlist. I can't put these guys in the same tier. I can't.
All right, give me an
I
example
might-
of a Mr. Beast Poketuber. So
Yeah,
I
that's
can
what I was
have a
about to
better
ask.
idea.
I'm not going to give you an example of a Mr. Beast Poketuber.
Text
I'm
just
not going to give you an example.
text it to us.
We're already getting canceled by the M&J fan base as soon as this goes live.
Just text it to us, bro. Just to put it in the chat, like our chat right here. I need to
can't think of
know.
one off the top of my head. We all know it though. We've all seen one.
I'm
Uh-huh.
really trying to think of like who, because I'm like I really don't.
I just think that editing style, that it's too much for the Pokemon.
All right,
scene.
if I agree
there
to kind
was
of cringe, can we just move this along?
No.
Yeah.
Stop being a
All right,
bitch and
kind-
say who.
Kind of cringe. Kind of cringe. All right.
Kind of cringe.
Kind of cringe. Kind of cringe.
All right.
Is it my turn?
No, it's John's
It's my
turn.
turn, I think.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going ROMs on their phone. I like this is just like you know, he's not even playing this is kind of like the guy.
I don't know what a
who-
ROM is, sir.
Oh, but okay. He's playing games on his phone. He's like,
Ah,
you know, and maybe they're hacked, maybe they're not, you know?
ah.
That sort of thing. But you know, it's like, oh, I'm just
Actually,
playing, I'm just-
Go to jail. Why are you playing ROMs? That's illegal. Go to jail.
you know, just for the bit, I'll go with that.
Oh, all my teenage friends in high school, man, they messed it up. I remember
Just for
back
the-
in auto
just for the
class,
bit.
they
That was
just
good.
pulled out Emerald.
I was gonna say harmless, but you know, just for the bit, go to jail.
Oh, Zack is a good,
that was a good bit.
good partner. I agree with you, Zack.
TPCI is watching. We're financially obligated to send them to jail. All right, Hybrid, go.
Okay, there's one more that pertains to me. Gen 1er.
Oh, go to jail, bro.
No, bro, please. I don't rub it down people's throats.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. I feel like if you were a Gen 1er in 2011, it was cringe. But if you're a Gen 1er in the big 2025, I feel like you do it ironically. Like you do it just to
ironically?
You do it to rage bait people. Because I
think Red and Blue are goated.
Okay, but do you think they're like the only good Pokemon games? That's
no, hell no. But they're so good. They're like there's
a Gen 1er by definition. They only like Gen 1. They don't like anything
like
that came after.
They think everything else sucks, basically. Like
Pokemon
was never as good as in Gen 1. You know.
They only acknowledge the existence of 151 Pokemon.
There's 100.
Let me see.
I know some
more to see.
Gen 1er definition. Someone who likes only the first generation of the Pokemon franchise, especially when elitist or snobbish about later generations. Yeah, that's
I need to turn on my brightness.
I can't put them in death penalty because they're getting ready to die anyway. They're so old. So I would probably go jail.
So crazy.
I'm towards whack playlist.
I think I'm towards whack playlist as well.
Actually,
I don't think it's jail.
Go to jail.
I don't think it's jail.
Go to jail.
I don't think it's jail, guys.
I think you go to jail, buddy.
I think
I can lose this one.
We've sent Hybrid to jail twice. Actually, we killed Hybrid one time.
I'll put top of jail.
All right, top of jail.
All right, my turn.
Another good one here. Damn.
Let me see. Let's go with Bootlicker.
What does that mean?
Bootlicker is just like, this is the guy who's like, Pokemon can do no harm. Anyone who's like giving constructive criticism, they're a hater. You know, like they've got an excuse on deck for anything. You know, like Scarlet and Violet runs fine. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. Oh, like what do you mean? You there's too many cutscenes of Sun and Moon. Are you just afraid of the A button, bro? Like Sword and Shield, like Dexit was a good thing for the games actually. Like anything.
Go to fucking
they
jail,
will
bro.
never see a fault in any Pokemon. It's jail. It's jail. It is so jail. Like the only reason it's not death penalty is because like I think toxic positivity is better than toxic negativity. So that's the only reason it's jail. But you're as bad as a Gen 1er, honestly. Like you're not adding to the conversation at all.
Scarlet and Violet look great, actually.
Scarlet and Violet look great. Actually, go to jail. Go to jail.
Oh man.
Like I don't want to talk to you in any capacity. You should be in jail.
We have 122 people watching. Thank you for coming out. I don't know.
And here's the other distinction, right? If you're in whack playlist, then the other whack playlisters are gonna want to talk to you. Like they can connect over their whackness. I don't think the shill, the bootlicker, I don't think anyone wants to talk to you. So you go to jail.
Yeah.
All right, is it back to me?
Is this
Uzi's in the
big numbers
chat.
for you
What's
guys?
up, Uzi?
Yeah, no, what's up, Uzi? Crazy. So, did you guys? Is this top numbers for you guys in terms of live viewers?
It's pretty standard.
Yeah, it's
say less.
Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast has been thriving since you left, bro. Thank you.
All right, we'll go opposite. Crazy. We'll go opposite of Bootlicker. We'll go Nat Dexter in 2025.
I haven't seen a Nat Dexter dead ass since Gen 8.
I think a lot of them are like underground now. Now it's just like if you ask them, they're like, yeah, I haven't played Pokemon since Sword and Shield. But they're not as vocal as they used to be.
No, being a Nat Dexter in 2025, like, bro, get a life.
That's like whack playlist for sure.
It's at least a whack playlist. It
might even be jail. But I think it's whack playlist.
I think it's jail because I think Nat Dexter in in Gen 8 was kind of cringe. If you're doing it in 2025,
no, it wasn't kind of cringe. It was whack playlist in Gen 8. So if they're doing it in,
these are the people who sent death threats to Masuda and what?
Yeah, actually, death penalty. Death penalty, actually, because if they gave they were sending death threats to Masuda, so send them to death.
Yeah.
So wait, John, is it the same people that were Nat Dexter in Gen 8?
Yeah, these people haven't changed.
I'm good for death. I'm good for death or jail.
Let's put him in jail for now.
Let's go jail. We can adjust after the fact if we need to.
Yeah. Is it back to me?
I think so.
Guy who still hates black and white.
Ooh, okay. Guy who still hates black and white in the big 2025.
This is whack playlist.
I feel like, okay, every game people hate, but like for like valid reasons, I would say. Like if you're like, oh, I hate Sinnoh because it's too slow. I hate X and Y because it's too easy. I hate Sun and Moon because there's too much dialogue. I feel like the people who hate Black and White, they have the same 3 talking points that they go back to, and they're all bad. It's just this person is you can smell the fear coming from them. They're the reason the franchise hasn't evolved, because the one time they tried to do something different, they're like, oh, I hate the ice cream cone Pokemon. Oh, I hate that. I can't. There's no Zubat in this game. I can't play Pokemon without Zubat. Like, if you're still ranting about Black and White in 2000, I'm gonna use my one time death penalty.
No way.
Death penalty. Death penalty.
No way.
I think your opinion holds no merit if you're a Black and White hater.
Wow,
that's
crazy,
crazy,
bro. That's crazy. You know what?
I'm using my one time death penalty.
All right.
Wow, the Black and White ride or die, bro.
I would have put them in a
That's my
white
favorite game.
playlist, but damn.
That's my favorite game. I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Right.
Damn. Wow, another one of mine's got the freaking death penalty. Crazy. So wild. That was mine, Zach. It's your turn.
Oh wait, that was you. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay, so it's me. It's me. All right. Let's see. Insert region engagement farmer.
Okay, so this is kind of like the Johto shitpost account, or Legends Arceus shitpost, or Pokemon shitpost, or
Sinnoh
just
shitpost account.
or Sinnoh shitpost. You know, those kind of Twitter accounts that like they just repost the same 5 unfunny memes all the time.
Oh,
or
sometimes they're funny.
they're just an average Twitter person who really likes one region and they won't stop tweeting about that one region.
That's not fun.
They're like, you guys might be hating on Hoenn, but need I remind you of Soaring, you know, and they'll just post a clip of that, and like it gets like 3,000 likes without fail, you know, that kind of thing. I think this might also be jail.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it's jail. I think whack playlist.
Whack playlist fits perfectly fine.
I use my one time, so I can't complain.
Yeah. All right.
Back to me.
No, it's John.
All right.
It's
sorry.
Wait, did I just block it?
No. We got mixed up. It is you. It is you.
It is mine. Okay. I'll go Version Soldier. So Version Soldier is basically
Virgin Soldier?
Version. Oh, actually, someone told me that they steal memes and content without credit.
Actually, jail.
Jail. I'd go jail. That's
good enough reason for me.
Yeah, Version Soldier. Basically, that's hard to say without saying virgin. So this person is. They're still engaging in the rhetoric of like, oh, you're buying Pokemon Moon? Cringe. I'm buying Pokemon Sun because this reason. Usually the game's not even out yet, you know? Like honestly, maybe a hot take. I think net positive because they're keeping the Pokemon discourse alive.
No way.
But like,
yeah, you already used your one time. That's not happening.
It's not as serious. It's not as serious as like the people.
No, this is like This is like you don't touch grass behavior, dog.
This is the less serious version of like your starter is your child type of thing. I think those people get a little too lost in the sauce, but the people who are just having like good fun and banter.
This is
like,
good fun.
Oh, I'm Team Sword versus Team Shield. I think that's fine. I think that's a net.
But you're saying that they're like, oh, you're whack for picking the other version.
I don't think they mean it genuinely though. I think they're like, whatever, you're buying a Pokemon.
I genuinely think that you're whack if you pick Pokemon Violet over Pokemon Scarlet. I hate the stupid robot paradox Pokemon, bro. That's the
actually
one time.
I can get down with this. I could be convinced for whack playlist actually.
I think it's whack playlist.
I think it's whack playlist.
All right, we'll
I don't think it's that positive at all.
Go like top of whack.
I appreciate the discourse that it brings to the community, you know?
All right, hybrid.
All right, back to me. Okay, I've been eyeing this one for a while, and I hope to God it's what I think it is. DS era elitist.
All right, so DS era elitist kind of speaks for itself. These are the guys who are like, Pokemon peaked in Gen 4, Gen 5. It'll never be the same. And they're just always going to die.
I miss the DS era though. The DS era.
But are they okay? My question here is: are they shitting on the rest of the franchise? Are they still playing it? Or are they like, did they give up on it?
This is another one where like you maybe have to consider the standard deviation. Like some of them might keep buying the games and they might be like, oh, I had fun with Scarlet, but like it's not a DS game. But some of these guys are like, oh, you guys are still playing Pokemon. They haven't been a good game since the DS. You know, like
that's not based.
That's not based.
I
not
think
based.
it's harmless.
I think it's harmless because they're right. It goes in
Yeah.
hand with the Mega Evolution Truther.
Okay, I'm down for that.
It goes in hand with Mega Evolution Truther. Like you can't rebuttal what they say, but like you might. I don't know.
DS era was peak, man. Crazy.
Who next?
All right, would they beat a billion lions?
All right, this person has put way too much thought into the Pokemon versus a billion lions thing.
Was this
They're
Aura
like,
Guardian? Someone's already done this video.
Lots of people
it's
have done
not
that.
just it's not just the video. Like they
Wolfie has
keep
to, actually.
thinking about it. They keep it keeps them awake at night. Like they're lying in their bed and they're thinking, but would they beat a billion lions? And like I have to say, they're kind of pushing the discourse to new areas. This could be based.
It's crazy how like this debate keeps coming back every single Pokemon generation. Like it's the one of the few things that just won't
It
die.
refuses to die.
I love it. I love it, to be honest. I think it's a positive.
Lucy says I edited that video for Wolf Click, by the way. Does he see lions in his dreams?
I
think it's that positive.
I think it's a
good
funny.
discussion.
I think it's a
It's
funny
healthy discussion.
argument, and it's one that you can bring up in conversation without being cringe. I think
Yeah.
it's net
I don't
positive.
think.
I think it's
Yeah,
net
I
positive.
said that
It
positive.
is that positive. It's
Yeah,
a really
it's that
good one. Even the fact that we're just all laughing about it.
It's
net
Yeah,
positive.
yeah.
It's funny.
Like when someone brings it up, I'm always down for a good Pokemon versus billion lions debate. You know.
The conversation is never the same. It is always. It's always a different debate.
It can go in so many different directions. You know, like you never get the same debate
Yes.
twice.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, let's go with the one on top there. Every Pokemon is good. This is just
Oh,
someone.
that's me, bro.
This is
kind of
the-
calling
this
me.
is just
I
the
didn't realize I
Glazer.
wasn't the one.
I think this guy
This
is
is bootlicker
kind of.
tier.
It is.
Hey,
bootlicker,
don't say
but, like,
that.
it's kind of bootlicker, but like not as bad, I would say. But at the same time, they're kind of killing the vibe because everyone likes to talk about
Why?
Pokemon that they hate. You know?
All
Because
Pokemon are
there's
unique,
there's
bro.
no room for like discussion with those type of people. When
No,
it's
I
just
can have a
like,
discussion.
Wait, no, how are you gonna have a discussion with someone that says no, every Pokemon is good? Like even the
Yeah.
ugly Pokemon are good. It's just like there is no room for debate or
When
conversation.
you sit down in your friend group and you talk about
okay.
Pokemon, you talk about Pokemon that you love and you talk about Pokemon that you hate. And if there's one guy in the group who just won't budge, and he's like, no, every Pokemon is good, even the rock with arms, you're like, well, your opinion is not adding to this group at all. In fact, you're actually
okay.
you're actively killing the vibe.
I do think that every Pokemon has its like pros, and I also do think that they all have their cons. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hate
But
any
I
Pokemon.
like
as such.
shitting on Pokemon. Like
Yeah,
some
you can do that
some
because
Pokemon.
there's aspects to every Pokemon that you can shit on. That's
but this
fair.
guy's
but
not
you
taking
can't
that.
you can't with this person because everything
You
about
cannot-
every Pokemon
You can't
is
do
good.
that with this person in the room. There's gonna adamantly defend this point.
They
to
kill
the
the fun,
time.
bro.
They do kill
That's
the
a
fun.
whack playlist. That means they're just like they're just idiots. Like I don't know.
Jaleel,
go that
Jaleel
far.
in the chat says if everything is good, then hybrid. Give me 5 good things about Cinderace.
Oh shit!
Cinderace.
We got him, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I'll put
It's
him
kind
in,
of cringe.
I'll
Cinderace,
put
I
it
hate
in
that
whack playlist. I'm leaning towards whack
Are
playlist.
you going? Are you
Okay,
going
but Cinder-
cringe?
It's good in Unite. It's good in Unite and it's good in Showdown. That's all I know. Oh, I'm sorry, not
Or
Showdown.
you
Sword and
leaning
Shield.
towards kind of cringe then?
Me? Nah, it's probably whack playlist to be
All right,
honest.
whack playlist.
Whack playlist.
This guy put me on spot. I hate
Okay,
this.
let's see.
Fucking Jaleel.
Yeah, this pod would have been so funny with Jaleel, bro. Oh.
We still haven't done Jaleel. He's still on the list.
Where is he? What?
It's
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
I know
you
exactly
see
what
it?
it
You
is.
see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Why don't we just do it? Let's get that one out. of the
All
way.
right.
Is it your
Yeah. Chikorita hater. Self-explanatory.
Hates Chikorita. I'm not gonna lie, net positive.
kind of cringe, bro? No, it's kind of cringe, dog. We're kind of cringe.
I think it's kind of cringe. I think it's kind of cringe.
I think it's harmless. I think it's
This
harmless.
person,
No,
this
it's
person
not
is
harmless.
this person is a spin-off of generic Gerald, where like they They're parroting the popular opinion of like Chikorita sucks and I hate it, you know, that kind of
When
thing.
Jaleel talks about it, it's funny though. I can't lie.
When Jaleel does it, it's based. It's based when Jaleel does it. But
you
the
just said
average
LOL
person
based.
is not Jaleel.
All right, yeah. If it's not Jaleel, then yeah, it's kind of.
If it's not Jaleel, it's kind of cringe. But like, you wouldn't put it below because a part of your mind is like, I mean, Chikorita isn't that great. Like, there's some solid points against it. But I think if you hate it more than anything, it's kind of cringe.
See, Zach's reluctant because he also hates Chikorita.
I don't hate it as much as Jaleel, but it's just like I don't love it, bro.
I think it's
Who's in the
cringe.
chat? I'm a Chikorita defender. Jail. Yo, this might be
Jaleel
the
says, if
funniest
anything, it
pod.
shows my level of consistency, and I never switch up.
That's
That is
fact.
That's
so
true.
This is why
That is
Jaleel
fine.
goes in based, but the average Chikorita hater kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Kind of cringe.
He also doesn't give a shit. Like, he's not gonna like waste his time and energy.
That is true.
The rest of them waste their time and energy.
He's one of those guys like, you already know my opinion. I'm not even going to go into it. You already know my opinion, you know?
All
All
right.
right, hybrid.
Let's do my least favorite one. Unironically, like Sword and Shield.
Unironically likes Sword and Shield. So this person is also 12 years old. So
Jaleel
Like
likes Sword and
cousin,
Shield.
bro. Cousin like Sword and Shield.
Raph likes Sword and Shield.
Raph likes Sword and Shield. He didn't say that. Oh, he did say that. Never mind.
But he's from the UK. He's biased.
Yeah, he's super biased.
That's why he
He's super
unironically likes Sword and Shield.
Unironically likes Sword and Shield.
Man, you guys know where this is going, man. This is going with black players.
But like
for
this
me.
is one of those dudes who like they're gonna defend the story. That's the thing.
Dog, that might be jail time for me.
It could be jail time. It could be jail time.
Oh, shit! Death penalty!
He's using it. Are you using it one time?
Fuck, Sword. Bro, I cannot. If they're defending the story, hell no, bro. Straight to the death penalty.
Are you using a one time? Are you using a
I
one
used
time?
my one time.
He's
No
using
way.
Death penalty.
I don't know what
That's
Zach's
crazy.
He said defending the story, bro. I can't do that, bro.
Death
You
penalty.
can't.
And there's a lot of people that do. I'm not just making that up. Like like there are a lot of people
God.
out there like Sword and Shield story is
Oh
actually
my
great.
God.
You
That's another death penalty from you.
know? Ooh, man, so only
That's
Zack has a
fun.
one time left. You have unlimited powers, Zack.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
I can
rage.
change the narrative here.
And it's your turn to pick too.
Oh, only plays Pokemon.
Only plays Pokemon. Oh, we've shed on these guys so hard.
I don't think this is that bad, guys. I think it depends on the context.
The problem with the only plays Pokemon people, we've already outlined why they're kind of whack in previous pods, but I think every time we talk about them, they expose themselves more in the comments section.
Yeah.
Because they're always like, no, I shouldn't have to play other games because Pokemon should just make better games. Like, we know who you are. You know, like, they're really bad at hiding it. It would be really easy to send them to jail because we know their identity.
I don't think
I was
they
gonna-
deserve to go to jail, but definitely whack playlist because it's like,
kind of whack playlist. It's
you can
kinda
play
whack playlist.
other
I was
games.
gonna kind of okay. If it was just like I don't play any other games, just play Pokemon, that's it. I think it's harmless. If it's like I don't play any of the games, I don't play Pokemon. Fuck you for like saying anything bad about them. It's kind of cringe. But if it take it even further than that, then whack playlist. So I would go kind of cringe.
This person's like a less extreme spin-off of the bootlicker.
I'm
but,
in the camp of like whack playlist because it's like, okay, you can only just like Pokemon, but it's just like, bro, there's like infinite possibilities and options out there. You just want Pokemon. It's
You're just
like,
depriving yourself.
like
You have a Switch and you're only buying Pokemon?
now, if you played other things and you say, nah, I like Pokemon more, that's understandable. At least you tried other
So
things.
they've never ever played any other game.
There are people who like don't play other games and then they be like, I don't want to play other games, but it's like, okay, like you technically are within your right to do so, but it's just like you're missing so much, man. I don't know. It's just like it's an interesting case where it's like people who just want Pokemon and nothing else. Like unless you work with the Pokemon company,
I don't think
Pokemon
it's too
should
whack,
not be
actually.
your entire life. I'm just saying.
I agree with that, but I don't think it's too whack to just play. If you have a life and the only game you play is Pokemon, I think it's fine. But I think it's kind of like might be kind of cringe. But
Yeah, but is that the standard deviation?
No,
Is it
it's
just
not the
adults who
standard
don't have
deviation.
time to play any other games, so they just play Pokemon because it's a childhood favorite? No, I think these are people who actively they have the time, but they're replaying Pokemon for the 30th
Yeah.
time.
If you're playing Pokemon Scarlet for the
Oh.
5th time in the same year, You can
If you
play other
play Scarlet
games.
more than twice at this point, go to jail.
Go to jail.
Go to jail.
All the challenge runners are going to.
Oh, I love Uzi. Xenoblade Chronicles is peak. He's so right.
He's been saying that. He's been
so
saying that.
right, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, every single day I DM Hybrid Hero and I tell him to play Xenoblade, and he doesn't listen.
It's every week, bro. Not every single day. Come on.
It's gonna become every day soon.
Alright,
Okay. It's either kind of cringe or whack playlist. I'm good with either or.
All
I go kind of cringe personally, but up to you guys.
All right, is it my turn now?
Oh, we already moved it.
We didn't put it yet.
I was going jail.
Jail is insane. I wouldn't go jail.
Let's go middle ground.
Whack,
then.
whack
playlist.
playlist.
Yeah.
We'll agree on
that's
whack
fine.
playlist.
That's our most what's it called? That was our most decisive one yet.
Yeah.
That was the most controversial one yet.
All right. Let's go. Shiny hunting forever. I don't think there's anything like necessarily wrong with it. Like, you know, they're probably just streaming.
Wait,
to
we
their
need to set
audience.
context.
They're never really like advertising it. You know, like if you
No. Hold on. Are you telling me they're spending years and years of their life just shiny hunting?
they're just shiny hunting. Like that's all they do.
See, it's pretty harmless to shiny hunt, right? But it's a goddamn waste of your time.
That's why I can't go based, because like there's so many better things you could be doing with your time. But like if you enjoy that aspect of the game and like you just in getting more Pokemon, like, and you're not like, you might post a clip online, be like, oh, look at my shiny Pokemon reaction. But like, I don't know. It's harmless.
I'm planning on shiny hunting on stream. Okay,
I'm
telling.
harmless.
I think it's whack.
I don't
might
like
be whack.
like me personally. I don't like shiny hunting.
I don't like it much anymore because I acknowledge it's a waste of my time. But if someone else enjoys it, I think it's harmless.
Yeah,
It's either harmless or whack. It's nothing else, because like it's my thought process. It's harmless because you're not doing anything, right? Like you know, it's just for yourself.
If you go to the bar with these people and you sit down with them, they're not going to start a conversation off with, guess how many soft resets it took for me to get this shiny.
Unless you're with
Ghastly
Papa C, bro. That boy be shiny.
Unless
hunting
you're
in
with Papa
public.
C.
See us everywhere.
But he's outside of the norm. You know, he's his own
He's
guy.
also fine. You could talk to him perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's a well-adjusted.
chill.
Like he might be shiny hunting while he talks to you, but he'll carry a good conversation. So I go harmless.
It might be whack because I'm like, dog, you're wasting your life. Like the people who are like, you know what I mean? Like it's in that sense. It's in that sense.
This guy knows what's going on. Like he's probably watching CNN as he's shiny.
If that's the case, it's harmless. But if it's someone who's like, if it's someone who literally just is like wasting their life trying to get the shiny Charmander, bro, I'm like, or I don't know, shiny Legendary.
See, I don't think it's a waste of their time because it's like it's something that they.
It has value to them. It has value.
Yeah, like, you know, like they. I don't know if they enjoy it or not, but the whole point is because they want to get that shiny in the end. So like, there's a reason why they do it. You know,
I'm going harmless. That's my vote.
I think it's
harmless is fine. Harmless is fine. If they put too much value on a shiny, though, I think it's a little whack. But that's just me.
All right, Hybrid, your turn.
Me, sorry. Let me think. Let's do pixels over 3D. I think it's based.
Pretty self-explanatory. Just this guy probably posts like once a month on their Twitter, like, you know what Pokemon needs to do? They need to make an Octopath Traveler styled game.
Based.
I never mind, actually. Kind of cringe.
But they might take it a little too far.
They might take it a little too far?
They might take it a little too far. They might just be like, oh, like Pokemon's been shit since 3D.
I think it's kind of cringe. Like
I like pixels.
But it's like it's not a unpopular.
I like
take
pixels
anymore.
too, but I think it's kind of cringe to still be dying on that hill in 2025.
Like it's repetitive.
You can do it. You don't want like a hybrid version of a game, like where it's like
but like if this also implies that they're like just completely disregarding the 3D, like all the positives of the 3D part of the franchise. You know,
Legends Arceus is kind of based, but that's the second best game in the series, in my opinion.
I think
that's why I think it's kind of cringe.
Kind of cringe, yeah.
Kind of cringe.
Okay, fine.
Like they're not wrong. Again, like it's kind of like the Mega Evolution truther, but at the same time, the way that they get their argument across, it's a little annoying. So you're like, kind of cringe.
I do think we need some pixels eventually, though, bro.
Eventually. Zack?
Where was the one that I wanted to see? Challenge Run YouTuber.
So Challenge Run YouTuber is just like, can you beat Pokemon Platinum with only Bidoof? That type of thing. It's
Oh
over content
no!
now.
See,
when
because there's difference.
When Smallant did it, it was base, bro.
Some people do it, it's based, you know, like Alpharad,
But
Smallant.
And some of them are getting extreme. Like, I became the first person to Nuzlocke Emerald Kaizo consistently. You know, like that kind of thing.
Which you should go to jail for, by the way, but that's a different topic for another day.
You know, I think
we're
now
gonna
that this isn't like mainstream content, it might actually be net positive.
I think it's pretty good. But you did start off with an interesting point where, like, could you beat this Pokemon game with, like, Beedoo if it's just like...
I think it was cringe back in the day.
I think he died.
I
I think
froze
he did
again.
die too. He might come back in a second. He did die.
Zack, you there?
We're
Yeah.
back. Okay. I think it was cringe back in the day, but it's gone up a little bit over time because it's not the dominant form of content.
I like it.
I like
Even
challenge
when
videos.
I've always liked it, to be honest.
But, like, challenge videos with the story, not like just playing the same game over and over again, just changing the one Pokemon of your solo run. It's just like,
I do think changing the one Pokemon, that goes into kind of cringe. And I think, unfortunately, that's most of them, isn't it?
Could you beat Pokemon Red with Caterpie? Could you beat Pokemon Red with Weedle?
Okay,
Could you beat Pokemon Red with
stop it
Magikarp?
right
It's like,
there.
okay, I get it.
I think Zach might have convinced me. It might be kind of cringe.
But it's like, there's like, you know, there is the higher tier quality YouTubers.
Yeah.
And then there's like, you know, bottom of the barrel, like,
See, for
like
me,
no innovation or creativity type of like.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I think the overall challenge concept is really cool because it does, like, when they put a spin on things and like someone comes up with like this brilliant idea, it is truly brilliant and it is like innovative.
Yeah.
But
And
that's not most of them. That's a
I
select
know,
few.
but that will be there with like anything. But I feel like that space, it's not like the Then You Fight content where anyone can do it.
It's
You
just
still need a
copy-paste,
certain level of skill.
copy-paste. Yeah.
You still need a certain level of skill to do a challenge run.
Yeah, I'm coming back on this one. It could be harmless.
I'm gonna go with net positive, I think.
Net positive.
I think it's net positive.
All right, I'll agree to net
Because the ones that really stand out and like pioneer that genre
Yeah.
of content, they're like actually really, really good. Like
Yeah.
content
And
creators and
that-
content itself.
Yep, and that skill is what sets them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
That's
even
a
if
little-
it's
you
not
you
skill
can't
based,
replicate it.
even if it's not skill based, like let's say they suck, like a lot of the enjoyment as well is like the story aspect of like how
Yeah.
they went about their journey and what
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
it different
Yeah.
from someone else. I really like that.
And you
part
have to
about
be a
it.
good
Yeah.
storyteller to make that content work.
Facts.
Oh damn, yeah,
Yeah.
net positive,
Net positive.
for me.
Net
Net
positive.
positive. Net positive.
That's
I'm
crazy.
glad I brought that one back.
We went from it's so over to we're so back.
That one took an arc. That one took an arc.
It's the whole
Oh.
parabola.
Okay, what we got left? I'm gonna go Spotify is only Glitch X City. So like this is basically just this person only listens to Pokemon music. They're not listening to any real life music. If you put on a Taylor Swift song, they're like, "Who's this?" Like that kind of thing, you know? Like
I'm low key kind of like, I don't know artists like that. So like,
I think you can't ride in the car with this person, and because of that, it's
oh,
whack
you mean
playlist.
like that? We were riding in the car, but bumping J. Cole.
Yeah, but I think if you're like, I don't know, you're out with your normie friends, and I'm like, "Hey man, can you drive?" He's like, "Sure," and he plugs in the aux, and it
That's
starts
kind
playing
of
like
cringe.
it starts playing like Route 201 from
Oh
Sinnoh.
no.
I'm
That's
like,
kind of cringe.
I know somebody.
You kind of
We know somebody.
It's
We
whack
know somebody.
playlist. It's
we
whack.
know somebody.
We know
I'm going-
somebody. I'm not gonna say.
Since it's
Text-
musical related, I think there's nothing wrong with Glitch X City. I think Glitch X
I
City.
love Glitch's music. I listen to her when I
But
study
if
and
it's
stuff.
all you listen to, I think it's whack playlist.
Yeah.
Ironically, huh?
It's the definition of whack playlist. You have the whack playlist.
Oh man. I think
she would agree to this too, to be honest.
I think so. I think even she would like listen to some real
I
music.
think she would agree to
literally a whack playlist.
I think she would agree
We
to
have
this.
some whack playlist. All right, Hyper.
Back to me. Go to Showdown Mulder.
Ooh, okay. So this is unlike the Heatmore believer, who's really just trying to see as far as they can get with their favorite Pokemon. The Showdown Mulder, this is the guy who's only playing Showdown on his downtime, and he's the guy who's typing like "kill yourself" in chat when someone crits him.
Bro,
You
this
know,
is
like
hybrid, bro.
what?
Bro,
Mauled on Showdown?
you're not a Mulder, but you play Showdown on your free time just for fun.
I think if you mauled on
do
Showdown
sometimes.
because someone like predicted you, or like you got outskilled, or you got critted or something like that. If you're getting mad about RNG, go to jail. Like I don't know what else to say, man.
It's either whack. I think it's whack playlist for me.
Whack playlist? You think so?
It depends on the type of Mulder. I feel like from the games that I've played, people aren't that intense. So I think those are like the few extremes.
I don't know, man. Once you cross like 1400 on the ladder, people start getting pissed when they lose.
I agree with that actually.
start getting
1500. I've never gone beyond 1600. So I don't know.
If you're still like in like 1300 and below, people are always like GG, have fun, you know? Or like, good luck, have fun, and then they say GG at the end. And like,
okay, hold on.
Go to jail.
I think you're right. It's jail.
They start getting really mean the higher up you go, and that's where these guys are.
It's not that serious.
Yeah, the Showdown Mulder is not fun to play against.
All right, is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go with competitive Pokemon goer.
I was want to say that one for the end.
What the hell, bro?
We've talked about these dudes on stream before, at least I have, with my experience for regionals. These are the guys who are like, they're the loudest crowd at Pokemon regionals, but they're the smallest crowd. There's like 20 people there, and they are making it sound like it's 2,000 people. And like the tap swipe, it just enthralls them. And I don't really get it. Like, I'm kind of happy for them that they're happy, but sometimes I'm like, shut up. You know?
I don't know where you put this. This is either like kind of cringe or whack playlist for me, I think.
I think it's only kind of cringe. Because, like, whatever, you're a Pokemon goer in 2025. Like, you know, the odds are stacked against you.
Dude, that's more than kind of cringe for me. I don't know.
That's kind of cringe, actually, yeah.
It's kind of cringe. All
right, I'm fine with that.
But it's not that bad. It's like, you know, they're just hype about Pokemon Go.
Zach, you still have your freebie.
My one time, I don't know. Just I feel like the majority of the ones that we've done, like I've it's leaned towards what I'm feeling. So I haven't had any strong ones. Even the ones that I have felt strongly about, like we ended up going that direction.
All right. Since you've saved it for this long, we'll let you pick this next one, and you just get to plop it.
No. Let's just go. Let's
keep going normally.
Let's do it normally,
okay,
and then he can use his freebie. He can use the freebie on anyone that's already there.
All right. Sounds good. That's a good compromise. If we do the whole list and Zach wants to move one, he can do it.
Yeah. John, I think it's your turn.
It's John's
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna go only wants new Eevee. So like this is the dude who like you talk to them, like say like Gen 10's coming out, and you're like, hey man, like what's a new Pokemon design you want to see? And for the 15th year in a row, they're just saying, I just want Dragon type Eevee. That's all they're saying. They just leave it at that. I just want Dragon type Eevee. And
I do want Dragon type Eevee though.
but
that's not the only thing you're talking about.
This is the only Pokemon they want. It's the first one that always comes to their mind, and like they're never gonna go beyond that. They just want a new Eevee.
I don't think it's actually. It might be harmless.
It could be harmless because I think there's worse things.
Might be harmless.
Like everyone.
I think it's harmless. Yeah, I think it's harmless.
This is like the less offensive version of like generic Gerald.
Yeah. Okay, let's do creepypasta addict. I think that fits me.
All right, so creepypasta addict. This guy he knows all the Pokemon creepypastas. He knows Lavender Town Syndrome. He knows Pokemon. What was it like Dead Black or something like that? Like one of those like those games that was like corrupted and like it made their house burn down or something like that. I don't know. Like this is old stuff from way back in the day. But like they can rattle off some Pokemon creepypasta stuff. Like they're kind of oddly into it, you know?
I think it's a net positive because it sparks discussion.
I think so too, because like it's adding some lore and some intrigue. Like and sometimes you're like, that sounds like BS. Like the Lavender Town Syndrome and whatnot, that like killed all the Japanese kids and whatnot.
I think harmless.
I think it's net positive. I think it's a good discussion.
I go net positive. This is like the Billion Lions dude.
This alone like carried content for a few years on Pokemon.
That is
like,
true.
Theories
oh my god!
You think about like old J-Wits videos. I think about this. This is the like, old
or Proto Mario back in the day.
Yeah. back in the day.
That's not really a thing now, though.
Yeah, maybe it's
That's
the nostalgia
okay.
speaking, but I think it's net positive.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
it Zach?
Has named their pet a Pokemon.
Oh, I read this the wrong way the whole time. I read it as you named your Pokemon as a pet. Like
no,
your pet.
no.
Like,
Well,
I have a
this is
dog
like-
and I call him Pikachu or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think this one depends. Because, like, if you have a dog and you named him, like, Arcanine or Houndoom or Mightyena,
If
That
it's
goes
kinda-
hard.
kind of cringe. But
What?
if you name
No
your dog-
way.
I think it's base if you name your dog, like, Weedle.
What? There's no way.
Having a dog named Arcanine sounds kind
A
of
dog named Houndoom is insane, bro.
No, a dog
It
named.
is
Imagine
kinda
taking him to the
insane.
vet. Imagine taking him to the vet, and they're like, "What's his name?" And you're like,
Houndoom.
"Houndoom." They're gonna be like,
Oh,
"Are you fucking
okay.
serious?" They're gonna- That's the part where I'm like, it's kind of cringe. It's kind
Zach, if I had to think about that, I would never actually do it. You know what I mean? Like I
I'm
would
not
never. It sounds sick on paper, but I would never do it.
True.
Mhm.
I mean,
But if you're like, come here, Grimer, sit. You know, I'm like,
that's
"Thanks."
worse. That's worse.
Would I name a dog Fuecoco?
Why
don't
would you
think
call
so.
a dog Coco?
I don't know. Fuecoco is just a cool name to say.
Well,
Fuecoco.
Jaleel says like if something cool and simple like Absol, that would work because it's like it's a
That
Yeah,
is
I'm trying
cool.
to find a name that would work. You know,
Coco-
there. I feel like there are some.
Call my
Yeah.
goldfish Garchomp.
Now, if you name the dog Slugama, someone said.
I'd-
I don't know. I think it's harmless. I mean, it's weird.
I think the average person who does this
But-
though is cringe.
Imagine the most Hispanic dog named Fuecoco.
Wait, Coco.
Uh,
This is an interesting
might be
one. I
kinda
don't know.
cringe.
It depends on the name.
It does depend on the
I'm
name.
trying to think of a good name.
What
What
are-
we're only thinking of dogs.
I
What
feel
if
like-
you named a parrot? Shout out.
I've known a few dogs-
I was literally thinking that, bro. BP, holy crap. I was literally thinking a
BP for
parrot
real.
named
I think
Shout
if
out.
it's a parrot-
I would
if
do
it's
it.
a Parrot, it's a little okay. We're thinking just in the realm of dogs, but I guess like other animals, then yeah, it's not as cringe if it's other animals.
I think it's harmless.
I'd
Or
go-
like if you had like a cat named
Eevee.
what do we? That's
Yeah, but
pretty
if you-
sick, actually.
if
I
you
would
name
do
your
it.
cat like Glameow or something like.
But Eevee's a good name.
I
for a
think
cat,
more
I
people
think.
name their cats Eevee though. I've known a few cats named Eevee, so
It's not cringe.
it's not that bad. It's not
I
that
boys, I
It's
think we have to go
harmless.
harmless.
I think it's
Let's go
I
harmless.
think we have to go
Let's
harmless.
go harmless.
I think we have to go
Alright.
harmless.
And the last one, oddly into speedruns. They know
This
the
was not a
history.
speed run. If
This-
they made it this far into the video, they're not into speed runs.
They're not speedrun. They speedrun by skipping to the end and seeing where the speedrun one can go.
We saved the best one for last.
And honestly, by doing that, they might be kind of based.
Oh, we're calling out
they're
all of the ones
committing
we're
to
gonna
it.
skip. They're
I think this one might be kind of based.
I think Pulse Effects has really got speedrun content going
Yeah.
pretty well.
I think if you're gonna be into like one sector of Pokemon, I think speedruns is like really interesting. Like I'm never like
Yeah.
zoned out when someone's talking about speedruns. I'm always like, oh,
I've only seen Pulse
Interesting.
Effects talk about it, and all of his videos are based. So
yeah, it's true.
Pulse
it's true.
Effects is pretty based.
Or like everyone loves summoning salt, so like just the Pokemon version of that. So
I think it's net positive. I wouldn't
Net
go based, but I
positive?
think it's net positive.
Zach, what do you think? Based or net positive?
I
Oh,
think I
he's-
might,
wants
use
to go
my,
lower.
thinking-
I might use my
He's
one
thinking
time.
cringe. He's thinking
Go for the one
cringe,
time.
bro.
Go for the one time.
All right. Wait,
What's the-
wait.
What's your reasoning here? What's your reasoning?
Can we get a definition for oddly into speedruns? Can we like?
Odd, like they know all the deets. Like they could probably rattle off some facts about like each speed run, like why one speed run's a good speed run versus one's a bad, or you know.
See, because I know certain
Final
people
question.
that like they're so into speedruns that like they think they base whether
Their
Pokemon
life
games
is a
are
speed
good
run?
or no. Like they base
Oh.
Pokemon games are good or bad based on how well you can speedrun the
You're
game.
It's so
Like if
true.
this
Does that
isn't
mean,
a good speedrun game like Legends Arceus and the game isn't that great, then honestly you're kind of cringe.
yeah, that's kind of cringe, you know.
Yo, are these the type of people to like finish in 5 seconds and be like, yo, that was a speed run?
So are you gonna use your one time, or are you gonna like?
God, bro.
What do you mean, bro? Like they did it, bro.
I don't know. It's just like
you can either use your one time or grab a random one and move it somewhere.
I think technically, yeah. I was thinking about it. I think he technically already did it with the ROMs on their phone, but I'm willing to give it for the speedrun one if you want to do it, Zach.
I did with the ROMs in the phone. All right, where we putting speedrun? Where we putting speedrun?
I want to say net positive.
I
think harmless. I think it's harmless.
Okay.
I think you guys both have made good points about harmless. Sorry, kind of cringe and net positive.
Damn, I don't know we had Raph on the pod today.
Oh, sorry. I was like, Turtle, like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm Jimmy Neutral, bro. Harmless.
Harmless? Yeah, harmless. All right.
Zack, is there one that you want to change with your one time?
All right.
He already did it.
Let's look. I feel like if anything, that was a great one. Let's see. Let's look through, shall we? So we only have 3 based ones. Wow.
I think based has to be exclusive.
Yeah,
it's super exclusive.
Has Pokemon tattoos. Net positive for spent on TCG Pocket. I feel
just once Coliseum on Switch could go to base if it needs to, bro. That one's hype.
That one is hype.
That one's so hype. Can you put it up? Are you guys okay with it?
I'm not letting you put that one in based. I'm not letting you put that.
Fine.
Wait, no, you lost your one time, bro.
He's gonna one time it to based. I'm so mad.
All right, hear me out. All right, my one time. I got it. I got it.
Ash's hat?
Oh wait, yeah, the Ash's hat. I didn't really like that one actually. That's a good one too. Hold up.
What are you thinking? Tell us. Talk to us.
Well, where's Ash's hat in public? It's kind of cringe. Where's it at right now? It is on kind of cringe though.
It's in kind of cringe. Okay.
All right, I got my one time. Antipoke Andy go to jail. That's my one time.
No way! That's switch up
for
of the century, bro. Dog. Honestly,
the video, Zach, you made a great move because now they thought you're on they thought you're on their side.
That was a crazy
they don't know.
switch up.
They
that
don't
was
know,
a crazy switch up. Honestly, if I hadn't used my one time on the guy who hates
I was thinking about using it for that.
I was gonna use my one time to send Antipoke Andy to jail.
I was thinking about it.
Listen, man. This doesn't define every Antipoke fan, but there are some people who take it way too seriously, and as someone who does Antipoke content for a living, comment section ain't fun a lot of the times. It's so fucking annoying, bro.
I feel bad for the Antipoke creators, bro. I can't believe Nexus looped me in with the Antipoke creators, bro.
This is like Jesus turning on his disciples and going, "You guys are cringe."
No way. Oh my god.
That was a heel turn that would make John Cena jealous. Oh my god. Holy crap. What a tier list. This is a fun one.
I think this is a pretty base tier list, guys.
I think we did good. We did good on this one.
We were pretty unanimous for the most part, which says a lot.
Yeah, there were very few that we
beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. When the VOD of this goes up, we're going to put the link to this tier list in the description so you can make your own rank every Pokemon tier list. Put it in the Discord server, and maybe we'll respond to it. We'll see.